Hello everyone, it's Song Ling here and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making pigs in a blanket. This is one of those snacks that looks super impressive, but actually really easy to make. As always, the list of ingredients and amount will be in the description box below. First, we'll start with the dough. Add 1 pack of active dry yeast to some warm water, and by warm I mean 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. Don't go any higher because that'll kill the yeast instead of blooming it. Set aside in a warm place for about 10 minutes or until the yeast becomes foamy. Add the yeast into a stand mixer bowl along with the sugar, egg, and salt, and stir just until the egg is broken up. Start the stand mixer on low speed with the dough hook attachment and mix in about 3/4 of the flour. When you're baking, a good habit to have is to not add all your flour in at once, especially if you're trying out a recipe for the first time. It is so much easier to incorporate extra flour into a wet dough than the other way around. So by preserving a little bit of flour and add it later as needed, you are less likely to end up with a dry and tough dough that's very hard to fix. Alright, now I'm adding the remaining flour plus the butter, keeping my stand mixer on low speed until the dough becomes smooth and clings to the dough hook rather than the sides of the mixing bowl. Shape the dough into a ball, transfer it into a large bowl covered with plastic wrap, and let it rest in a warm place for about 1.5 hours, or until the dough doubles in size. If you want to use your oven as a proof box like I do, simply put a cake tin filled with boiling water on the lower rack of your oven and let the dough proof on the middle rack. When the timer goes off, transfer the dough onto your work surface and knead to push the air out. Roll the dough out to about 1/4 inch thick, trim off the excess around the edges, and then cut it into 2-inch squares. Make sure the diagonal of the squares is about the same length of the sausage bites you use, otherwise after baked, these pigs in a blanket will be more like pigs in a sleeping bag. Wrap each sausage bite with the dough, press the 2 corners together so it's tightly sealed, and then place on a lined baking sheet. Remember the scraps that we trimmed off? Well, don't let those go to waste. Finish wrapping all the sausage bites first, and then knead the scrap pieces back together. You can either make a few crescent bread or just simple dinner rolls. Cover the trays with plastic wrap and let it proof for a second time for about an hour. Brush the top with egg wash and bake in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 degrees Celsius for 13 minutes or until golden brown. Let it cool down a bit before plating, and that's it. Serve with some ketchup, mustard, or sriracha mayo and enjoy. These little pigs in a blanket are a lot of fun to make and eat. Oh, and if you're serving this to little kids, you'll be their best friend right away, at least for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!